Now that our garden is done, I thought I would share the whole process with you, the before and after. So designing the garden started with such a blank slate, and my friend Tessa came over and helped me design it. She's an amazing local garden designer. I will link her below. But I kind of gave her all my ideas, and she checked out the space and then took those ideas and made them make sense and drew up these beautiful renderings to really give me that visual, and it was so helpful. I highly recommend. So next up was preparing the land. So we had 2 tiers to this area. We were originally going to do the lower one, but we went with this one because the sun was better. So my husband came in with a skid steer, leveled it out, and got everything prepared. And then the next step was laying out the boxes. So to build the boxes, we used true 2x4s that we got from a local mill. So they're a little bit thicker and a little bit better quality, and I love the way they look. We opted to do the lower beds instead of raised because down the road we would love stone raised beds, but we're not sure what stone we would want to use, so we went with these for now. But I really love how they came out. And then to each box, my husband ran a water source. So this was so much work. I'd say plumbing is his least favorite task, but he did a great job, and he figured if we were going to do it, let's do it right. That way, with one turn of a knob, we can water the entire garden. So helpful. And then before we started the fence, my husband built these larger boxes to put out the front of the garden at the entrance, and he used the same lumber, and they will house some beautiful climbing roses. And so then he came in and just cleaned everything up. There's a lot of rocks and debris from, digging everything up for the plumbing. So he leveled that out, cleaned it up. We filled the boxes with mushroom compost, which I love in my gardens. I find it really helps things grow. Then it was time to start on the fence. So my husband used this little auger that he borrowed from a friend. He said it was so helpful and it made it so much easier and faster. Then he fills all of the main posts at the base with this concrete. He uses this all the time. I personally have never used it, but I thought it was pretty cool to watch. You just put it in the hole, spray it with water, and then give a little mix, and it sets up beautifully. My son was there the whole time with the level, just to kind of make sure that as they went, each post was level. This was what we used right there from the hardware store. And then he just went on and built a picket fence. So we opted for the picket fence because we needed to keep dogs out of the garden. We do not have to worry about deer or bennies because we do have an exterior fence, and then we do have a guardian dog. So she keeps everything from coming into the yard, but then we needed to keep her out of the garden. So that's why we were able to do this pretty little picket fence, and we've had no issues with anything coming in. So I went in and spread the compost in each box. I'd say about 3 to 4 inches of compost to really amend that soil. We hooked up each box with a little drip line, and then I came in and I planned out what was going to go where. So I knew I was going to have a couple arbors, so I wanted things that would climb in those boxes. And then I got to planting. So I started a lot of our plants from seeds earlier on, a month or two before, and that was super helpful. But I also direct planted many things: squash, zucchini, cucumbers. They all work great when you direct sow them, and they're growing beautifully now. So those I highly recommend, just planting them right in the ground. So after I got everything planted, we came in and I laid down this black plastic weed barrier. It helps a little bit with weeds. It's not the best, but it helps with mud and everything and just keeping the rock in place. So we still laid it down, even though it's not going to completely keep weeds from growing. And then my husband came in and laid down this beautiful white rock and it really changed the look of it and the functionality. No more mud, drains really well, looks great. So I highly recommend adding something to kind of eliminate that mud. And we will still have to deal with weeds, but we just pick them as we see them pop up. I've also found great success with the mixture of vinegar, soap, and salt. You can look that up online. As long as you use the 30% vinegar, it really works. So this was the garden done. Everything was in the ground, and it was still looking a little rough because nothing was really growing, and there was red dirt surrounding it. So my husband actually laid down grass seed, and look at it now. We have grass. It completely transformed the look with that grass. I mean, it looks amazing. So there's still some straw in the grass you can see because that kind of helps the seeds stay in place, but it will break down over time. My husband built this beautiful arbor that I still need to paint, but my roses should hopefully climb over it. And then look at how everything is growing. So these first 2 boxes are flowers. Then I have 2 boxes of peppers, sweet peppers, bell peppers, and hot peppers. And then 2 varieties of cucumbers that will climb over this trellis. We added this fun little table in the middle where we absolutely eat dinner, and it's so wonderful. We have a melons growing. And then in these 2 boxes, we have a variety of cucumbers and squash. Those also love to climb. I have a climbing variety here for the trellis. And then I also added solar operated twinkle lights over the trellis. Highly recommend. It looks so cute at night. And then 2 boxes of tomatoes, probably 8 different varieties. And then we have carrots and sweet potatoes, okra and snap peas all growing in these back boxes. And blackberries also. Everything is just growing beautifully, and so every day we go out there and it has grown by inches. So the mushroom compost, highly recommend. And it is just such a peaceful place out here. I love coming out here in the evenings and watering. The kids love to come out and see what's growing. It has just been a beautiful addition to our property. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will add relevant links and info below. And let's hope these roses start climbing over this trellis because it's going to be stunning. So thanks for coming along.